I'm Just Saying is sponsored by Hover.com. Go to gfu.hover.com and get 10% off your entire purchase. FreshBooks. FreshBooks is an easy-to-use online invoicing service that saves you time, gets you paid faster, and makes you look professional. Get started completely for free at freshbooks.com. And by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook by going to audiblepodcast.com/GFQ. Hey everybody, welcome to I'm Just Saying Week 78. I am Adrian Zeri, and I'm joined by a returning Joanna. How you doing, Joe?
Hi.
She lives.
I live. I'm here.
You're back.
I'm back.
She hasn't been here for like 2 months.
I know.
I know. The one week that I actually felt good and was intending to come, you canceled the show. I was like,
yeah, I wasn't able to come in that day.
Yes, it was like 1 week.
I think last week was great because we all kind of went, you want to do it? No. You want to do it? No.
Yeah, I was sick. I've been sick, and I still feel stuffy.
Everyone's
I
sick,
know.
man.
It's awful. It's awful. I feel like somebody is sitting on my chest. It's been really,
Not in a
really
good way.
Not
in
a
the
good way.
Yeah.
It's been really bad. It's been a long haul. But I had pneumonia.
Yeah.
So, and the doctor read me the riot act. He said, don't go out.
Well, you didn't go anywhere.
No, I didn't.
Oh, no.
I didn't.
And you know how much fun she is when she's locked in the house like 3+ days?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And
And you know what I love? It's the sort of thing like you're getting up, you just walked out for breakfast, and she's sitting there with a cup of tea, and she's like going, why don't we have more space in our attic? It's like, what? What? And I've been like just, over the last couple of weeks, as you know, a little busy myself,
today was the opening.
Today was the opening of the business. 6 o'clock this morning. We had 11 people in our boot camp class.
That's
Better
amazing.
Body Bootcamp.
That's great.
And I got to tell you, there were people working on the space till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yesterday to get it ready for today.
2 hours after they
left.
It opened without bathrooms. Though there are bathrooms now. That's how quickly they're all working.
Did you have to make today?
No, they didn't.
But we had kind of announced it
Yeah.
and stuff. So I was there yesterday assembling furniture, and there were 3 guys working. We have one regular guy. He brings an assistant, and they brought in a second guy, and we were just hauling ass all weekend. It was just nuts, and I wasn't feeling great. I'd go work for 3 hours, come home, sleep for an hour.
Well, how was it being back? I mean, it's kind of like going back to work, and you were
It's
semi-retired
kind of
for a couple
part-time
years.
work. It's kind of part-time work. You know what I mean? I'm the sweat equity, and I'm the go-to guy.
But mentally, it has to be.
Oh yeah, I said
training.
this. It's back to like when I was teaching, which was weird because I had driven a truck and done delivery, and when I started teaching, I was more exhausted than I'd ever
Oh my
been.
God! Owning a business is.
Yeah.
People think like, oh my God, you got it made. You have no boss. You own a business. Oh
that's
no.
not true.
And I tell everybody this.
No,
I would
that's
rather
not
go
true.
work for somebody.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
true. Because when you work for somebody, you can walk out at 5 o'clock, shut the door, and not think about it till the next morning.
Well, you could also guarantee on Friday you're going to get a paycheck.
That's true too.
And you know how much you're getting.
Right.
Exactly.
Every
That's
Friday.
true too.
But,
and you get paid holidays and
Yeah.
all of that
we had
sort of
people
stuff.
signed. Let me advertise. If you go to www.baysidefatloss.com, that's our website.
Bayside fat loss?
Yep. Because you know what? We get rid of.
Boy, that's encouraging.
Yep. Well, that's the thing that hooked more people in. People just want to lose weight. People want to lose weight.
I can't wait till people knock. They're like, excuse me, I lost my fat. Do you happen to have it?
Really?
I thought this was the lost and found.
Really?
You know what I used to get? I had a party supply store. And we had a banner that said $1 and up items. I used to get people that used to come in with like European currency, Spanish currency, South American currency, and they used to give me the money because they thought it was a dollar exchange.
Are you serious?
Swear to God, you are going to get those. I'm telling you right now, Lon. You're going to get people that walk in there
with the oddest requests.
With the oddest things that have nothing to do with your business. Okay. Like they're going to come in with their deposit. They're like, okay, I would like to deposit this.
I'm going to bank on,
really?
on who does and doesn't watch this show at this point. You know that we have a neighbor a couple of doors down, a gentleman. He's really, really, really happy that we've opened a gym.
Why is that?
Oh, he just wants to watch people work out.
Oh,
because
wonderful.
he likes the boys.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he's a bear cub.
Are you gonna be like, oh, here you go, here?
Yeah, well, there are windows.
Yeah, you can watch.
Right, exactly.
Oh, I can't wait in a way for me. Like, I tell people stories about having a business and what it was like. Like, I have this,
Oh,
but nobody's
yeah.
coming to my door.
Right.
And that's weird when they do. Because now that when you become a registered business, even if you put, your house is your business and you're an online company, a lot of salespeople come by.
Yes, that's
and
true.
we get that.
That's
And
true.
I've come to the point where I'm like,
that's true.
Nope, you got the wrong address.
That's
But
true.
you're gonna have a lot of those.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have.
Oh, we already have 4 tags on trash removal places. They put little stickers on our window.
Yeah.
Like, have us, and I love trash removal people because, when you're from New York and you're talking trash removal people, you're talking about a distinct ethnic group.
You reminded me of telling you something off the air. I don't want to say it on the air, but it has to do with what you're doing. I got to tell you off the air. But you're also going to have the people that come by for the holidays and selling stuff like special lighters, games for kids.
Oh,
You're going to
yeah,
have
yeah,
those
yeah.
guys saying, listen, I only have 10 left. Take 10, put them in the front. You'll sell them. Sell them to your sell them to your people.
Yeah, they
You're
come
gonna have
in
those.
with also CDs.
CDs. You're going to have those.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have the crazy people. And those are a lot of fun. I keep them around.
Yeah.
And I had a nickname for every crazy person. Like, we had Big Bird. It was this gigantic woman that looked like Big Bird. My father sometimes referred to her as Humpty Dumpty. Very bottom heavy, very long on the top. And she was a raging lunatic because she had no idea where she was some days. She would come
Nice.
in, and then she would not understand anything. She thought she was like in A&P. You're going to have those. I can't
Yeah.
wait to hear the stories from you.
Oh, yeah. Well, the one we've had so far, because I was potting the plants, I put those big pots that are out front, the ones that are in front of Tequila Sunrise.
Yeah.
We painted ours the terracotta color. We painted the roof too.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking that Tequila Sunrise in the next week is going to repaint theirs as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it makes theirs look bad.
Looks theirs.
How
looks
are they as a
shabby.
neighbor?
So far, so good
Yeah.
because we were concerned. The other gym has a problem with we play a lot of music and there's like a yoga place 2 doors down.
Sure.
When you
Yeah.
hard to do yoga to that.
There's
so.
a yoga place?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
The other place has a yoga place a couple stores down.
Yeah. 2 doors down. There's the deli and then there's a yoga place and then the massage place.
Oh, you're
I
talking
actually-
about in
where
Great
that-
Neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said.
I was thinking here.
Well,
Yeah.
where Great Neck is, I was actually going to put a store there
Yeah.
a couple years ago because there was an opening, not the exact spot, but in that shopping center, there was an opening about 4 years ago. And I was going to put a second store, well, a third store if we counted 2 of the ones I had. So I was going to put another one there.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided not to, but it's a great location.
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is.
Both are great. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you know Gleason's closed across the street? They closed.
the mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Now I've heard stories. I heard that they didn't pay his rent, and I heard
he
they
owns the
insanely
property.
Junk.
No, Gleason's owns it.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he owns the gas station unless it was a new owner because the
No.
guy owns the gas station across and
Yeah.
he owned the property there.
No.
I'm positive.
No, I met the landlord, and he said this guy hasn't paid his rent.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. That's what happened to the people that were in the space that our boot camp just took
Yeah,
over.
and then they moved down and then
they
they
apparently
closed.
didn't
Yeah.
pay their rent.
I could have sworn to you that Gleason's, unless maybe Gleason's changed owners.
Yeah,
That's possible.
That could have been.
they
it.
kept the name.
They
That's
kept the name and
possible
they
'cause
changed
it
owners.
had
yeah.
it'd been there for
I'm almost 100%
Forever.
that the owner of Gleason's owned the property,
Yeah.
but I could be wrong.
that may have been at one time.
So we
Yeah.
struck a deal with them because we own 7 parking spaces. The Tequila Sunrise parking lot, 7 of those spaces are ours.
Yeah.
But we're not claiming them. What we're doing is it's like, you want to use them, you can use them. But when you're closed, we use all of, so we use them all the time. And when we're both together, their valet will take care of both of us.
Oh, that's really nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we could be assholes and say,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
want our
yeah.
7 spaces, you can't park there.
Sure.
Because that was one of the concerns about that spot is that at certain times of the day it can be difficult.
The
to
mornings
find
are
a
fine.
Yeah.
Space. The early mornings, mid afternoon is
Well,
fine
what time are you
too.
guys open till?
We're open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6, 9, and 10 in the morning. 5, 6, and 8 at night.
Okay, so you close midday.
Right. And then Tuesday and Thursday, what we're going to do is...
It's like Spain.
Yeah.
Not
exactly.
anymore.
That was our theme. That was what
It's like
we were
Greece.
going for. No, the idea is that, people are, work out before or after work, basically. Yeah. We're going to be bringing in a 4 o'clock class for teachers.
Oh, that's nice.
So we're going to be marketing heavily
They
for them.
already have
Tuesday and Thursday, we only
bringing.
have evening hours at 5 and 7.
Oh.
And then Saturday morning at 8, 9, and 10.
That's great. That's great, Lon.
And then the idea is to add Tuesday and Thursday morning as we need it, add the 4 o'clock classes we need it. So if we're up to 7 or 8 classes a day.
That's great.
And then eventually, also like at times that the boot camp is not in session, we're going to look to rent the space out maybe to a Zumba class, maybe a Bollywood dance class.
Sure.
Different things.
Make Sunday non-boot camp things that people could be there all day.
To use the space.
Yeah.
Because it's a huge space.
It's monstrous. You should see it.
It's a really
go
big room.
No, I'm going to come by. I found out online that you opened today. And I was like, I should walk there.
Well, today was our soft opening. We're going to have a grand opening.
When are you doing that?
I would think like the
when
first
everything
of the
is
year.
done.
Probably
yeah, when everything's really, really done, when
Yeah.
every piece of equipment is. Because we don't need, with classes of only, X amount of people. The one thing that we have every one of, we have 10 pull-up bars. But that means we could have 10 we could have 10 people at a station.
Mm-hmm.
So we need sets of 10
of everything.
Yeah,
that's.
But right now we have sets of 3 and 4, except for the pull-up bars. Because for the moment,
listen, it's a thing in the making.
Right,
you can't expect
and as we sign people, we can afford more equipment.
Yeah,
right.
It's fine.
Right. So
we got that done, but you missed last week was Joe's birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank
no, I
you.
wish you a happy birthday online.
You did.
I knew it was her
happy
birthday.
online. He
Yeah.
did.
I did.
We don't talk numbers. We just talk birthday.
No, we don't talk numbers.
Happy 28th.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm one of those. I'm notorious for not wishing anybody a happy birthday.
Really?
And I'm one of those people that even if it's in front of me, I'm like, I'll do it later, and I'll never.
No,
wish.
you remembered mine.
And I made sure, and that was one of my things this year, to remember people's birthdays, and I remembered yours.
You remembered mine. A lot of people did. It was very nice because I was really not in a very good mood.
No.
So.
Does it get bad every year? Does it get worse?
Some years are worse than others.
Yeah.
The fact that I was home with pneumonia wasn't helping, know. And my my agent, she had a legal problem with it's a big, long, complicated story.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, for the moment, I no longer have an agent. So I lost my agent on my birthday.
Oh no.
Yeah. So no, I was not a happy camper.
She did get roses, red velvet cupcakes, and
I did
a chai tea.
That's great.
Yes, I did. He wasn't
easy.
He was very nice to me.
I want Lon to be my husband.
He stayed with me all day, and
I'm beginning to find that I'm a catch.
You are.
I'm kind of catch. I mean, I'm not tough on the eyes. I'm not Johnny Depp, but I'm not tough on the eyes. And I do laundry, and I get things, and a check comes and I pay it.
I got loaded last night in bed, and I started asking Justin to make me a sandwich at 11 o'clock in the evening.
I would have.
That's what I did yesterday. I got loaded. I drank a bottle of wine in bed. And then I got really hungry, and then I started yelling at her that she didn't let me order food.
You're
and
such
now
a
it's
damn
too
romantic.
late. So I asked her to make me a.
So you've really and
sandwich.
you've obviously made up for it by getting.
In bed?
I get loaded every night. I have a problem.
Oh jeez, You do have a problem.
Yeah.
You've obviously made up for it by getting all the Christmas decorations up.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I was supposed to do it today. I hate. You love Christmas. I mean, your house is like Santa Claus came and just vomited on the house.
Have you seen
Yes.
the front window?
I saw at the front window.
Is it not? It's
Isn't
the
it-
most
come
beautiful
on,
thing
really
I've ever
pretty.
done. I'm so gay. It is the
Yeah.
most beautiful.
It is.
It is the most beautiful window.
But it is.
Ever.
It's really pretty.
I hate decorations.
Yes, I know.
And the day Christmas is over, the tree
They
is
should
gone.
ask you to decorate in a movie theater.
By
that?
the 26th, this thing
That's
is.
depressing.
We open the gifts. The tree's being disassembled while the gifts are opened in his
That's
house. I
horrible.
hate the tree. I hate the Christmas tree. I think we got to get rid of the Christmas tree.
Why?
Because it's awful. It's
You
a
know what I
stupid
found? Someone
thing.
sent me.
Who wants to put foliage in their house? A giant tree. You know what? You can have a little bush.
Oh, I get a
little
small
tiny bush.
one then.
No, we have this monstrous plastic thing.
Well, who told you to get a big monstrous one?
What else are you gonna put in there? What am I gonna put?
You can put
Have
a
you
small
seen?
one.
I
in
just
there.
saw it. They now have corner trees and half trees. Like the half tree.
I've seen that.
How cool
Listen,
is that?
I was really freaking pissed because we bought a tree, a pre-lit tree.
Yeah.
Because
Oh my God! Never do that. It's awful.
They died.
no kidding,
They all died.
they died.
Oh no, mine. The problem with the pre-lit trees is that you have to wire the plugs have to go in the right piece, and it comes with this transformer, right? Like this piece that everything goes into.
Right.
Right.
That piece breaks all the time. That's what happened with us. So this piece stopped working. So now Andrew has to become an electrical engineer and figure out how to route the wires so they all work.
Oh, ours just died.
Yeah, it's a piece of crap.
Ours just died.
Yep.
So the whole point was so that I didn't have to do the freaking lights.
Now you
because
gotta do it.
Our
Now,
tree
you know-
takes like 1,500 lights. So
Who told you to buy a big tree?
it's not even that big. It's 7 feet.
Yeah, the same with us.
It takes
Awful.
1,500 lights.
It's so bad. It sucks.
I did the lights. He held. I wound.
Well, okay. There's a thing here, and I'll admit it. I just don't have the eye for the lights that she does.
What do you mean? You just wrap it around.
Okay, Andrew.
No, there's
you
an
and I
art.
There's an
don't
art.
know the art.
Yes, there's an art
Really?
to doing it. Yes, there is.
Explain
she
this
gets,
art to the
she
viewers.
gets the lights on the interior of the tree
Yes,
and the
you're
outside
supposed to-
edges.
You're
They're-
supposed to
the lights
also put
are
them on the interior.
My tree looks like a mongoloid set it up.
No, the lights are supposed to. That's why it uses so many. You're supposed to wind the lights on the interior
It
of the
is.
tree
It's on the
also,
official
so
Christmas
it
tree
glows from the
website.
inside. That's what makes when you see all those really exceptionally beautiful trees in the stores and stuff. That's how they're done. There's an art to that.
I guess my trees are shitty then, Joe. I guess that's what you're saying to me.
I'll have to see.
I absolutely hate the
be.
Christmas
She
tree.
may be saying that.
Why are we still doing this in the year
Because
2011?
they're beautiful.
No, they're not. They're
yes,
awful.
they are. They're gorgeous. I love Christmas trees. I love Christmas.
I want my Festivus pole. I'm going to set it up again this year.
Go ahead.
Jessica loves the tree. Like
I
she'll
love
decorate
it.
the whole house, and I absolutely hate it because I'm picking up all the crap from the floor
Stop.
constantly.
You're such a Scrooge.
Hate it.
You're such a
Don't
Best
even
thing-
wrap.
the
And you
best
know
thing,
what?
our buddy
Gift wraps?
Oliver, who's sat in on the show, helped me get the stuff out of the attic. It was the greatest thing in the world because what is normally me going up and down and up.
Yeah,
and
he's a
down.
big 6 foot.
So I'm just handing
guy,
stuff
too.
down to him. Like what would normally take me like 4 hours to download
Yeah.
from the thing took me like 30 minutes. It was
I
great.
put all the ornaments on the tree.
He's got to come over and we can put the boxes away.
I'm extremely picky about putting the ornaments on the tree. They have to be put on correctly.
She gets angry at herself.
Yeah.
I do. I put it on, then I assess it
Till
I
the
take it
day we
off.
take the tree down, she's going.
I move it around.
She moves things. She
Oh
goes.
my
because the
God.
light has to catch it correctly.
Yeah, she positions
Yes, I position it
decorations
so
in
the light
relationship to the lights.
Yes, and so you can see the decoration the way it's supposed to be. It's very precise.
Oh yeah, it's scaring me.
And I did.
It's
So our
scary.
tree is done, and even my personal little princess tree that we have in the bedroom is done.
That's done too. You
Yes.
have your own tree.
I have my own tree.
In her bedroom.
It's pink.
And we have one in the. We have one
Aren't
in-
you a little too old?
No,
No.
it's my princess tree.
Okay.
I think
Actually, it should be my
did I
queen
ever
tree.
tell you when one of the kids asked me when I was teaching, one of the kids asked me when I stopped believing in Santa Claus, and I got my bottom lip
You
to start
told me that.
quivering, and they were like, "I'm sorry."
And you know what? That Santa stuff needs to stop too. Who are we fooling? My kid is not going to believe in Santa.
Oh, stop!
I've decided, and I'm
Stop.
going to let Jessica do it. And then when he's like 3 or 4, I'm going to be like, he died 300 years ago.
Oh, you stop!
Can't wait to do that. Can't wait to do that.
See, this is.
Jessica
I'm
was
sorry.
gonna divorce you.
You know when I knew Santa was not real? When Santa was sitting outside drinking a bud.
When did you see Santa drinking a bud?
Santa Claus would come every year to my house.
What-
My father would disappear looking for Santa.
What would
and then
Santa-
Santa would come.
Uh-huh.
And
would-
then Santa would leave and then proceed to take a Budweiser out of his pocket and drink it on the stoop.
I was extremely upset.
What would
that was
Santa have to drink for you to believe in him and respect him? What would he have to be drinking?
Oh, elf's blood.
Okay, elf's blood.
Elf's blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ruined it for me.
I
You
love
know, see, it
Christmas.
became what was it last week? It became Christmas. Actually, I said the benchmark was I was like too much Christmas stuff happening too quickly. Too much stuff.
Yeah, I
happening.
don't like it.
And
when
the
it starts
oddest
too
commercial
early.
came on, and I went, "Okay, that's just kind of funny. Okay, I'm into Christmas now."
I don't like it when it starts too
A,
early.
cr-
'cause
a
it
Christmas commercial came on for a Medea Christmas.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was like,
There's
okay,
a Medea Christmas.
yeah.
apparently so.
I have to get this. I have to get this
The
Blu-ray.
sequel's Medea Goes to the North Pole.
Yeah.
Oh wait, my husband watches every
Tyler Perry film.
no. Every Christmas special, we have to watch Charlie Brown.
Okay, I have to tell you that I
Rudolph
skipped one. I
and-
skipped Rudolph. I skipped Rudolph in deference to you.
We
I skipped Rudolph.
We watched It's a Wonderful
Do I get
Life
any credit for this,
on
Andrew?
network TV with the
None.
commercials.
How about
None.
Medea does Hanukkah?
Yeah, there you go.
That'll be great.
We had to watch It's a Wonderful Life on network TV
come
with
on.
the commercials.
I don't like any of those things.
Oh, see, I
No,
cried
I
again.
hate the holidays.
He watched Miracle on 34th Street already.
Love Miracle on 34th Street.
The remake, right?
No.
No.
The remake is so much better.
Andrew's just stirring shit, man. That's all he's doing.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
like regular times.
Regular times?
Yeah, anything
Yeah.
that's not a holiday.
Oh, stop. I love Christmas.
Yep. Sorry. Love Christmas.
We're going to make you come over and look at the Christmas decorations.
Just look at it.
And we're gonna make
Look
you
how nice
cocoa.
it is. All right, I'll have
And
cocoa.
you'll stir it with a candy cane.
Oh no, I hate candy canes. I do. I hate mint.
You hate mint?
I hate mint.
Really?
Yeah, mint candy. I like gum, but I hate mint candy. There's a lot of things that I don't like.
That's very weird.
I don't like licorice.
So
Oh,
so,
a lot of people don't like
so
licorice.
so Andrew,
Especially
if someone
black
asked
licorice.
you to decorate a movie theater with mint candy in another country, it would kill you.
It would. I would just.
At
You know what?
Christmas.
I would implode. Actually, it would be like a nuclear bomb. You would see everything go in, then disperse.
He'd have to get drunk.
Drunk. Yeah.
Are you kidding? We go, like, I cannot wait every year for the Fortunoff's Christmas store to open so I can, like, look
Isn't
at all the
Fortunoff's done?
They have the
They
outdoor
have-
store,
Yeah, they have
and
the
outdoor store picked up the tradition of
the Christmas store.
the Christmas
It
store.
was really small last year. This year it's a little bit bigger. They had a few more trees and stuff because their Christmas store used to be amazing. It was gorgeous. That's where I got a lot of my stuff. That's where I learned about wrapping the lights
Yeah.
from a professional Christmas
Okay,
tree
wait a minute, Andrew. How good,
Yeah.
how weird and good is my life? I have a wife that goes to Fortunoff to learn from the experts
Sure.
how to better wrap lights on a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And this is the same woman that goes with me to strip clubs to watch the girls pole dance so that she can get better.
Yeah.
I love my life.
Yeah, you
I
got a great
love
life.
my life. It's just, you know,
I'm a Renaissance
I want to get her to.
woman.
Yes.
Once I start getting her to dance on the tree,
Yeah.
it's all ace.
Well, that's what all my Sag friends and I want to do for our birthday. It's really kind of freaky, but
My business is a sad.
all of in my acting class, our teacher is November 29th.
Mm-hmm.
I'm December 1st. One of us is the 3rd. Somebody is the 5th. Somebody is the 7th. There's like a whole crew of us within the same
interesting.
week,
Yeah.
practically. So we celebrate together every year. So we've decided this year we want to go pole dancing. We want to have a private pole dancing class.
Where are you going?
I don't know. We're going to find out where we can book a class.
Interesting.
Why, you want to come?
I'll come. I'll be there.
No manner allowed.
I'll do it too.
No manner allowed.
I'll put on a little speedo and I'll do it.
You
I'll do
okay?
it.
Okay.
And then I'll bring
That's
my
what I
friend.
want.
And then
That's what I want
Yeah.
That's what I want.
That's
for
what
my
you want for your-
birthday. I want Andrew to put on a speedo and come to my pole dancing class with me.
that'll be a sight.
Did you see on Wendy Williams? She was to raise money for a breast cancer awareness month.
It's great that a dude is doing that, by the way.
They were having men do that.
No, a dude is raising money for breast cancer.
Yes, I think. Not Wendy Williams is not a dude. Is that what you're saying?
That's a man.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Positive. 100%.
Oh, stop.
There's junk right there. You could see it in every shot. Guarantee you.
It is not.
She's so awful.
I love her.
But she's fabulously
Yeah.
awful.
She's wonderful.
You know, I like
she
her a lot.
reminds me. She reminds me of someone that we know.
She's a great broadcaster. I'll tell you something about Wendy Williams. She's actually a tremendous broadcaster in New York. I mean, she's been on the radio for like 20 plus years.
I didn't know her until her TV show.
No, she's a legitimate broadcaster. And I give her a lot of credit with that.
That I knew. I think her show is fun. I think it's delightful.
I can't believe it's still on.
Is the camera
I
on me?
think it's fairly popular.
No. Yeah.
Doesn't she remind you of her?
Yeah.
I love her because I love the way she just tangents when she talks. She just like starts on one thing.
Either that or some guy's on and she's just looking at the guy and the guy will be talking. She'll just be like,
she's like he's lunch.
Yeah, she's having snacks, watching these guys.
You know what show I really got into? I got into Arrested Development, which I never watched when it was on the air.
I didn't really either.
It is. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's so brilliant. It's so brilliant. I have to tell you, I'm one of those people that hates everything. Excellent show.
Are you
such a good show.
What are you watching on DVD?
I watched the entire series on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Such a good show.
You got to help us with the Netflix thing. I think we want to go there.
We do.
Not hard.
What?
You get like a little Roku box and set it up on your TV.
Yeah.
Connects to the internet and you have Netflix.
Yeah, you can get access like to TV shows, entire years, series, that kind of thing.
I understand. I haven't started to watch it yet. I understand Homeland Security is supposed to be really good.
Homeland.
Yeah. It's supposed to be.
Is it about Homeland Security?
That's actually what it's about.
It's on Showtime.
Yeah, on Showtime. I understand it's very good. I haven't watched it yet.
It's too much dedication. I could only do like 2 or 3 at a time.
Well, that's just it. I have like so many things that
I
watch.
I can't do more than that. It becomes way too much to watch. And you know what I do? I'll watch. I don't really watch it when it's on TV. I'll wait for the series to be over, then I watch the entire series. Like I'll watch like the season.
Sometimes.
I'll watch the entire.
Yeah.
Like Dexter, I haven't watched any.
Yeah, I've not watched Dexter.
It's really good. I mean,
hear
I don't know
it's
about
really
this
good.
season because I only saw the first episode this season, but with Dexter, but they're so short. It's only like 12. You could finish it in one day.
Yeah, they are short.
So
they do like 12 episodes.
Yeah, and then you got to wait like a year and a half till it's back on. That's the problem.
Yeah, the cable shows do like 12, 13 episodes. That's about it. No, I'm very devoted. We're very devoted to Californication.
Is it back?
Not yet.
Yeah, waiting on that.
I'm sorry. That's hilarious.
No, it's a great show.
That is hilarious.
But again, another one. It's way
so
too
long.
short. It's like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, boom, you're done.
Just as it's getting off its feet. Getting running. It's tune in next week.
But I think that's the beauty. A lot of these Showtime shows, like the premium shows, they have to be short to keep your interest. Because I don't think they're written. Like Californication is great, but I don't think it would do well for an hour show. It would be too off the wall for 1 hour.
It might be
because the show's so out there where you're like, oh my god, that's just out of control. And
right.
if it's an hour, then it's
the show is kind of out there. That's true. That is true. It is kind of out there.
Yeah.
It's very sick.
Yeah, it is. It's so wrong. And you just kind of sit there and you're like, oh no, they're not going to go. Oh, they did go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I watch United States of Terror.
I can't stand that show. I find her so annoying.
I love her.
Just the whole
I
thing
love
is
her.
just irritating. Jess watches it. I can't.
I
stand
love her. I think she's wonderful.
Do you ever start watching something because Jess watched it and then
all the time
became fans?
Yeah,
of
all
it?
the housewife shows.
Yeah,
I love the Housewives.
Atlanta's fabulous.
Atlanta, I don't watch.
I watch it because they're so ridiculous.
They're so ridiculous that like they're beyond. Like I can't even deal with them.
Nene and Sheree.
Yeah, I can't deal with them. They're like too much for me. But I'm watching the Beverly Hills Housewives.
I wonder if they're gonna show the guy kill himself.
No,
I hope they do.
they're not.
I hope the Joker kills herself too.
The Joker?
The wife.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, really.
She's awful.
Stop it.
She's an awful human being.
She's not an awful.
She should have gone with him.
Oh, stop.
She isn't awful. They're all awful. She's awful.
She's not awful.
The junkie's awful. The blonde one, Kim.
Oh, she's a whack job.
She's
a whack job.
Awful people, and it just shows you how awful people are. They're just the lowest type of human beings
are not
them.
all awful.
Oh, come on. They're vapid.
Vapid is not awful.
To me, it is.
No. They're not all awful.
I don't even know what to say. Like that show is just so it's just so ridiculous, and
Well,
the
it's
discussions that they have. I don't understand people like that. Like it really, I don't get people like that at all. Like if you don't like someone, why are you around them? And I get it's a show,
Right.
but it's not portraying any of them in a great way.
No, it's not. The only one who really
I think they should
doesn't
do the
get
Housewives
involved
of GFQ.
horribly with
Yeah.
with the
Maloof,
fighting
Maloof.
is Adrian. Yeah, Adrian
the cat
Maloof.
lady.
Yeah, the cat lady.
She looks like a cat now.
No, she doesn't.
Oh my God, come on. She looks like the cat lady. Remember the cat lady?
No, she doesn't.
The minute-
She's on her way.
She's getting there.
All right, she's on her way, but she doesn't look like the cat lady.
She's the kitty lady.
I like her.
That face.
I like
Jesus.
her.
They all look
She has
alike.
a spa in her house. Come on, how cool is that?
You know what happens to a lot of these women? They start looking like men after a while. Like, look at Adrian Maloof. And look at her for like a couple minutes. It looks like a guy.
No, it doesn't.
They look like evangelist priests.
She doesn't look like
Just keep looking. Just keep looking.
She
Yeah.
has too much
It
makeup on.
turns
that's
into a
why.
guy, right? Turns into a...
Well, they start to look
Yeah.
like trannies.
Yeah.
Because they have too much makeup on.
Take it off. Come on.
They
Come on.
they have
Someone suggested we do a middle school reality show.
A middle school reality show.
a
that would
middle
be
school
scary.
reality show. That would be scary. Probably be a good idea though.
I'm just looking at her face.
I'm fascinated.
You know, she probably was really attractive when she
They
was
all
younger.
were
Oh,
very
yeah, I'm
attractive.
sure.
And it's like, since you
Well,
can't
Kyle
be what
is
you
still
were,
really good looking.
I see now. I think she has like a mannish face.
Kyle Richards?
Yeah,
No, I like her.
I think she has dark hair. That's
Yeah.
why you like her. Oh, she has gorgeous hair.
No, great hair on her.
She has amazingly beautiful hair.
that's
she
Kim
really
Richards'
does.
sister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kim Richards was the girl on Nanny and the Professor.
No, Little House on the Prairie.
No,
Nanny and the Professor.
Nanny and the Professor.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
absolutely.
And she's a whack job.
You-
Oh my God, she's
Well, that show is just.
she's
I'm
like
trying
out
to,
there with the trains
I'm
don't
trying to
run.
see what she was on. Maybe she was on multiple stuff. Let's see. She was a Disney actress.
Yeah, she did a
Yeah.
couple of Disney films too. Actually,
Yeah.
I think Kyle did too. I think
And
they
they're
both
cousins
did.
with the Hiltons.
Yes, they're cousins with the Hiltons. She's Paris Hilton's cousin.
Oh no, she was on Little House on the Prairie. Yeah,
She was
yeah. She started as Olga.
Olga,
Yeah. I don't know. I never watched that show.
Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Too
used to
young
love
for
that.
Too young for that? It was in
Too young for
repeats,
that?
though.
Yeah,
No, I never watched it. I watched I Love Lucy.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's not old.
No, but like on repeats. And I also, you know what I love?
Everyone watched Lucy.
The Honeymooners, which
See,
is always on repeat.
now the Honeymooners depresses me.
and
Me
I
too.
loved All in the Family. Loved
I loved All in the Family.
He was
Yeah.
such an ass.
Loved All in the Family.
And such a racist.
Yeah,
I loved
All
it.
in the Family.
It was so good.
What I love is that everyone knew one of him. Everyone had an uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's amazing? That he would drop N-bombs on that show.
Yeah.
Like on network TV.
Yeah.
Different time.
He would call people fags.
Yeah.
And we're talking like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
One of my
Well,
favorites.
that
Edith,
show was extremely
Oh, my God.
provocative
Oh,
for
yeah.
its time. It really was.
talked
But
about
it-
stuff that no one had ever
ever
even talked
The
about.
rape scene where Edith gets raped.
Yes.
And he does not care.
Yeah.
Like that was bizarre.
Yep.
Yep.
And she just goes to the party afterwards,
Yeah.
right?
And
Yeah.
she Edith goes through menopause, which was something that was never talked about. They flushed the toilet on the show, and that was a big deal.
Yeah, you
that
never
had
flushed
never
the
been
toilet,
done.
yeah.
That had never been done. It was a very provocative show for its time. It was very,
There's an episode where Edith's cousin, you find out that she's gay, and
I don't remember that one.
and Archie's whole approach to it is, can't you people just stop it?
Yeah. Well, they
So-
dealt with abortion.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
dealt with miscarriages.
yes.
Edith dies in the end, right?
Yep, Edith died,
Gets
but
cancer.
Edith died not on All in the Family. She died on Archie Bunker's place.
But she wasn't on. Like she died.
no, they had an episode where she
they
died.
had-
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she
Yeah.
was on that one.
Yeah, that's she didn't want to.
It's actually based off of a British show called Till Death Do Us Part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was a great show, and they were all really wonderful. Up.
It was so fascinating. Like, he would say those things and he would get away, and nobody questioned. Nobody sent in letters to the network.
Well, because they
Oh,
weren't.
yes,
They weren't.
I'm sure they did, but nobody
Oh,
cared.
People did. Yes, people definitely did.
They weren't glorifying his behavior. They were pointing out how idiotic he was.
Oh, but
Right.
but that was the thing about it.
Yeah.
Right. That he was, they were holding, they're basically holding a mirror up to certain kind of people.
It took place in Astoria.
That's right.
But the house is in Jackson Heights.
Yeah.
Yeah. The house that.
Yeah, it was, but I think it was
house
supposed to
front.
be Astoria.
Yeah, right off of Hurt Avenue.
Hurt
Not-
Avenue.
Not
Hoyt.
Not Hoyt.
But
The
Hurt.
dialect in Astoria. It was
Hurt
Hurt.
Avenue.
That's why he used to say turlet.
Turlet. Yeah.
Really?
Oi
Yeah.
became
Yeah.
Isn't it Hoyt Avenue?
Yeah.
It is. But
But how do they say it in Astoria? Hurt?
like Hurt Avenue.
Really?
Almost HERT.
Yeah. My father used to speak like that because my father grew up in Astoria.
Hurt Avenue. It's almost HUH, very soft R in there. Hurt Avenue.
Like my father
And they
would
said the turlet.
turlet, yeah.
Turlet. And instead of going to
But that's a Queens thing. That's
Yeah.
that's a Western Queens thing.
Right.
They do
instead
that like
of going to the movies, you went to the pictures.
the pitches. Yeah.
The pictures.
Yep.
What would you put lemonade in?
Picture.
Picture.
Okay.
And what's your pizza?
Pizza.
Yeah,
almost
pizza,
with a,
yeah.
almost with a B.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
P's become B's. Yeah.
Pizza.
Well, you still have that. You got to like Maspeth and Howard
Yeah.
Beach. You still
Yeah.
have
The
that.
further you go back in time here, the more neighborhoods had a dialect.
Yeah.
Now, now it's got to the point where there's a Queens accent. And I think the quintessential Queens accent ever done on TV was Cagney and Lacey.
The
what's her name?
most correct.
The most correct.
The most correct.
What is it?
Queen's accent.
What's her name?
Tyne Daly
Tyne
and
Daly
Cagney and Lacey.
and Cagney and Lacey.
They lived in Jackson Heights, and she really perfected
Harvey Lacey.
like that Jackson Heights accent, which is different than
Isn't that called Spanish?
it is now.
Now.
It wasn't back then.
So what? I'm gonna look this up after the show. What is it? Cagney and Lacey? What is that?
Oh, it was
A crime show. There were two-
it was a crime show. They
two
were
female
detectives.
cops.
Two female detectives.
Okay.
Sharon Gless and Tyne Daly.
And they weren't like blonde bimbo.
Oh, I know the show. Yeah.
It was a great show.
Yeah, it really was a good
It was
show.
a really, really great
Is that
show.
place in? It was supposed to be the 14th precinct.
I think for like 6 consecutive years,
one of
either
them.
one of them won the best actress Emmy like every year. The fabulous show.
Well, King of Queens is based off of All in the Family. It's
It
a
is?
toned down version of All in the Family. And that's how they presented it to the network.
To me, it's sort of like a little bit more like a modern Honeymooners,
Yeah, it could be that.
except that they're not really
Did
poor.
you ever see The Player? About writing movies in Hollywood. There's a point where someone's walking by and you just hear Hollywood people saying stuff as someone walks by and you go, it's like The Graduate meets Out of Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell does that mean?
Well, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, but they're trying to get this movie made about some guy on a woman on death row, and she dies at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she doesn't get rescued. Like this guy is trying to like rescue her and prove her innocence, but he doesn't get there in time, and she dies at the end because they want it to be realistic. And of course, by the time the movie gets made, and they want the woman to be like regular looking, so by the time the movie gets made, it's Julia Roberts, and at the end of the movie, what's his name? Oh God, was married to Demi Moore. Bruce Willis comes in and like breaks the doors down, and as the electric chair is about to be turned on, picks her up and carries her out of the thing. because God forbid they make a movie about something that that
It's
actually
realistic
is real.
about real looking people.
You know what's fascinating though? Like somebody just messaged me. They said, especially in sitcoms, the role has changed, and I think we spoke about this a while ago. How the wife runs the family,
Yes,
and it's taking the
husband's
guy's
kind
role,
of the buffoon.
and the husband is the buffoon, and it was
Yes.
never like that.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you see, like especially like Ray Romano, like you watch Raymond, it's
Yeah.
like that. You watch
Tim
all
Allen.
of them.
Tim Allen's.
You
even
watch
his
all
new,
of them.
His new show was basically.
He has a new show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has a
What
new
is it
show.
called?
Last Man Standing.
I
Yeah.
thought it was I Did Coke in the 80s.
No. He has a new sitcom.
Can he do both?
It's apparently doing very well. This time he has 3 daughters.
Oh, okay.
Same premise. He works
And
at a
he's
hardware
clueless
store.
about-
But I'm trying to think, like, what was the first show that did that? I think one of the last shows on TV that had that guy perspective was probably Married with Children. I'm trying to
that
think,
was
like,
such
But he
a
was kind of a
cartoon,
buffoon. They were
too.
both buffoons. I mean,
he was a buffoon, but he was still that chauvinist character.
Yeah.
Like that no longer exists on TV.
No, that's kind of true.
The husbands have all been feminized.
Yeah.
Something fierce. Absolutely.
I'm just trying to think of what after that still.
Well,
on sitcoms.
On
you
sitcoms,
had,
yeah.
You had like what something about Jim, or what the hell was the name of that show?
According to Jim.
According to Jim, he was, tried to be a chauvinist, but she didn't let him. That's kind of what you have. You have guys who try to act sexist. They try to be the boss of the family.
but they're not. Yeah.
But the wife always gets it over on them because the wife is smarter, which of course, is realistic.
Sure. Okay. See what happens?
I'm gonna
see
argue.
what TV does?
I'm gonna argue.
See what TV does?
It's the ruination
you know what?
of
You
us
know what?
all.
I never like. I watch Raymond, and I would get so mad. I'm like, why would he be with her? She is just a awful person. The wife.
Are you serious?
Oh, she's such a bitch.
He's an idiot.
No, but she's such a bitch.
But he's an idiot.
I would have left her years ago.
Well, I would have left him years ago. The man's a buffoon.
Yeah, he's a buffoon, but again,
He's an idiot.
He married his wife. He married
He
his
married
mother.
his mother.
Yeah. But if you look at it, the father is that chauvinist character in that
Yes.
family, which is fascinating to
Well,
me.
because that's the generational thing.
Yeah, see what happened.
That's the generational thing.
Them,
But he married his
them were the
mother.
good old days,
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah, he married his mother.
I don't know. I
Where
think
we could be buffoons and
like,
respected
have
for
you
it.
seen that McDonald's commercial for the what did they bring back?
McRib?
The McRib. Yeah. Have you seen that McRib commercial? It's this newlywed couple.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
at the airport. They're getting ready to go on a honeymoon. And he goes,
and his friends
text,
contact.
and the text is like,
text
she's like, honey, no phones on the honeymoon. He's like sneaking to look at it. He's like, oh my God. He's like, oh, it's back, and he wants to get it. And he goes, you're such a baby. You know what I would have done? I would have said, go on your effing honeymoon by yourself. I'm going to go get my McRib, and I would leave.
Uh-huh.
And that's the thing. Like, that bothers me. I'm like, oh, you're such an idiot. It's the same thing. People wonder why like little girls, like girls become total bitches. Like teenage girls are just absolute awful human beings.
Right,
It's
because teenage boys are such angels.
Listen, I have 2 younger brothers. They're great. They never did any of that stuff.
Yeah, they never did.
No. I never did it either. I was a good kid.
Uh-huh.
I think it's different. Like I never went to my mom or dad and was like, Dad, you're such an idiot, and I would walk away. Like that never happened in my family.
Okay, well, it happens in families.
It happens in families, and I really blame TV for that.
Well, kids are very wise-assy and mouthy to their
because there's no discipline.
on
TV, that's how every if you look at every 12-year-old girl on TV, they look at their father as an idiot. Their brothers are idiots.
Well, they
and
usually are.
and they don't listen to their mother, or they listen. I don't. It depends.
Well,
on
they
the
do
show.
in the end.
In the end, yeah.
Right.
But the
Right.
dad is still an idiot.
But bad behavior is more interesting. So even if
Right.
you resolve it, you spend the entire episode dealing with the bad behavior because it's more interesting than a kid just behaving.
Right. There's no story then. There's no conflict.
You know what my sitcom is going to be?
Oh,
So
Lord.
good.
Here
This
we
would
go.
be my
Everybody
sitcom.
hates
Here
Andrew.
we go.
Everybody hates Andrew. Yeah, that's what's going to happen after I say what my sitcom is. The husband is a very successful lawyer,
Uh-huh.
and the wife is an idiot model. Best sitcom ever. And all he does is roll his eyes at her. And like she can't turn on a toaster. Like she doesn't understand how to turn on the toaster. That would be my series. Let's equal the playing fields.
Okay, but if
and the kids talk back to her.
Okay, but if he's so brilliant, why is he married to this chick?
Yeah, really.
Oh, because she's slamming.
Ah.
She's like 20 years younger than him. That would be my sitcom. But I guarantee you, it would be thrown off the air. Women's rights group would go wild. Look how you're perceiving women. But it's perfectly fine if a guy's perceived like that.
Well, yeah.
See?
Duh.
I wish that a guy's defense would be that. Like,
Duh.
like all right, CBS executives, why are you perceiving women like this?
Three words. King of Queens.
King of Queens, yeah. It's interesting, though. Like, just make them play normal, real-life positions.
But
do you think it's like that in the real world, though? Do you think it's like that, Joe?
Like what?
I think.
Like, do you think couples are like that, where it's extremely one-sided?
No, I think it goes back and forth.
I think it goes back and forth. And men are, look, historically, men are not too swift when it comes to perceiving human relationships. Okay? They're just not.
And why? Explain it.
Men don't get stuff. They just, you have to like hit them over the head.
See, no, that's wrong.
No, it's not.
That's a very one-sided way of thinking, Joe.
It's not. It's
is.
not. All men.
Andrew, I think most men, devoid of it, most men are boys. Until
men,
forced not to be.
Most men, and men are very simplistic.
Maybe I'm the anomaly. I have a very two-way relationship.
So do we.
Like, we never talk to each other like that. Like,
we don't either.
Like, we'll joke. Like, I'm like, oh, you're such an idiot. Like, we'll joke about things. But, like, I would never, like, Jessica would never look at me and goes, Andrew, you're an idiot. Like, she would never talk to me like that.
Well, I don't think people...
I think people talk like that to each other. I think that's the problem.
I think they do. Are men idiots? They're not necessarily great at dealing with things beneath the surface. Men are very simplistic. They see black and
linear.
white.
They're linear.
They're very linear. Okay? So
which is a good thing. Men need to be linear sometimes because
they miss stuff.
But, the attention to details, the lights on the Christmas tree, the fact that there are different pinks,
men don't see that.
They literally don't see it.
Sure,
I mean,
listen, to an extent, yeah, men and women are wired differently, absolutely, but I think there's this weird thing. Like, a lot of my buddies, they're settling down now, and I meet their girlfriends or I meet their fiancés, and I have to tell you, like. And I'm not saying this to, just to say, I think they're awful people. Like the girlfriend, I think they're just
a lot of guys
total C words. I mean, to every extent of that word, that's what they are. They talk to them like shit. They look at them like shit. They roll their eyes at everything they say.
Idiot? The guy chooses
the guy's an absolute asshole for being with them. And I you know what? 100%. But I just don't understand.
Because men are little boys. Men don't grow up, okay? They really do not grow up unless they are forced to, and that is true.
No, and I'll tell you, I know these guys, and they're not kids. I mean, these are adults at this point.
It doesn't matter.
They just, I think a lot of men think that this is who you're supposed to be with, and this is just how it is.
No,
my mother spoke to my father that way, and that's how my wife is going to treat me.
Because a lot of men, it's a passive-aggressive thing. It's much easier to let her take care of that. Then I don't have to worry about it, and I can be irresponsible, which is really what a lot of it comes down to.
Yeah,
if
men do. Men hide and pretend not to know how to do something so their wife
so they don't have to do it. Men do that all the
somebody in
time.
chat said, no, it's because you care about your friends. You're just looking out for them. I don't care about my friends. I don't.
Look,
I just go out so I can find something to talk about.
There's an old movie, okay, from like 1960, and it's based on a play that was 10 years older than that, and it's called If a Man Answers. Okay, it was Sandra Dee and Bobby Darin. All right, And the premise of the movie is he was a swinging bachelor, okay? And he was a photographer. And they get married. And she's now worried because he was, a swinging bachelor, and he photographs all these beautiful models.
Sure.
So she goes to her mother for advice about her marriage, and her mother is French. So of course, being French, she knows all things in the ways of love. And the mother says to her, I will give you what my mother gave me when I got married. And if you follow the lessons in this book, you will always be happy with your husband.
Okay.
And she gives her a book, and the title of the book is How to Train Your Puppy. And basically, she begins to treat the husband exactly the way it says to treat the puppy.
See, but that's wrong. That's totally
It's actually
wrong.
perfect.
It's not.
You know what? Here's the thing. I think a lot of people are, and the bottom line is, I think a lot of people settle and they're with people that they're not compatible with.
But I don't think
that's
that
And
has
I
to-
think that's the problem. I think that's
a different
why.
issue.
That's a different issue.
No, that's
not
a totally
about
different
that's-
issue.
Listen,
That's really
I
a
think
different
I
issue.
think people evolve. I think people evolve over time.
Listen,
people become domesticated. People change.
My mother used to tell me, when you get married, treat him like he's a 5-year-old and he'll always be happy. Don't let him know. Let him think things are his idea and he'll be happy.
Yes, but
And
yeah, on the surface, fine. I agree with you. Many people are like that. I think you're absolutely right. I think,
but it's true because men have to be blowhards.
I think guys need to be patted on their back for tying their shoes properly. I mean that's absolutely 100%.
That's what I mean.
100%. You're absolutely right in that sense. But what bothers me is, and I don't know if it's incompatibility. I don't know if it's settling because we're reaching 30, or it's that it's a generational thing, and we have seen people behave in this manner, and then it just continues. I mean, that's just how it is.
I think guys, you know what I think guys do? I think guys get tired. I think guys
get tired of what? Being with that person? Or
No, they get tired of doing the chase.
Doing the
because
chase.
men are inherently lazy. They are. Men are inherently lazy.
if the beer could open itself,
yeah.
they would buy it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these guys, I'll tell you, Joe, a lot of these guys are smart guys, and they are with.
Doesn't matter. They can still be lazy.
Smart has nothing to do with it.
You know what? It could possibly be.
And guys are relationship lazy.
Yes, guys, that's the thing. Guys are relationship lazy.
Then maybe I'm the anomaly here. Maybe I'm the
You are
exception to the rule.
actually,
Why do you think
are.
we like you?
Yeah, maybe
No,
I'm the exception.
Actually, you are.
I see, and people, I see how these relationships. I'll give you a perfect example. I went out to grab a drink with a friend, and his girlfriend was gonna meet him. I guess his girlfriend was gonna meet him afterwards, whatever it was. So we had a couple drinks. The girlfriend said, "I'm gonna come by." He started panicking. He's like, "Oh my God, let's pay the bill now so she doesn't see that I had more than 2 drinks." I'm like,
Okay.
okay, no problem. So we paid the bill.
Right. So
She
why
came
do they
by.
have that agreement to begin with?
Yeah. So, and I'm like, maybe he has a problem, and that's what I was saying. I'm like, maybe he drinks a little too much. Maybe that's whatever it is.
Right.
But I don't know him to be that guy. I don't know this guy to be that guy. He's actually a really straight edge type guy.
Okay.
She comes by. I meet her. An utter bitch to me. First time she met me. How are you? Oh, so nice. I've heard so much about you. I'm so glad you guys got engaged. Congratulations. I was so over the top nice with her. And it wasn't like, oh, you're forcing, like I was just myself. Rolls her eyes at everything I said. Pretty much called him an idiot in front of me. Like we were talking about his career.
Okay.
And he went off to the bathroom and he goes, honestly, he's a fucking idiot.
She said that to you?
Straight looking at me. He's like, he's a fucking idiot. Like that.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh my God. Like if she say, like I'm his friend.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I laughed about it. I'm like, oh, aren't we all? Ha 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 ha. And then like she looked at me, she goes, what does that mean? I'm like, okay, this is gonna work out. So I left. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave. Whatever. And then I noticed like there's a pattern with a lot of these guys that I know. They are with people that treat them like shit, and they think it's normal. Like a lot of these guys are like, oh, I want to go with my friends, but she won't let me. She has a problem if I go out.
Guys find a girl
It's
that
weird.
will have sex with them.
Yeah.
And they stay with them.
Right.
Yep.
No matter what.
No matter what, because I'm getting laid.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I got to go out and start. It's laziness.
It's laziness.
You're telling me I got to go out and find a new girl
Yeah,
and
it could
be
be-
nice and be guys.
Because you know what? Women do it too.
Yeah.
Guys do it, I think, out of inherent laziness. Really, I do. I think guys, when it comes to relationships and stuff, like you said, they find a girl who will have sex with them.
Yeah, and they stay with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Women do it and stay
Emotional.
with guys who treat them badly because they're insecure and they're afraid of being alone. And so women do it too. I see lots of relationships where people treat each other really badly.
Yeah.
And it really does go, as far as that's concerned, it really does go both ways.
Oh, it's so weird to me. Like, I've broken up with people for, I mean, you would think it's the smallest thing.
Mints.
Like, mints, chocolate, yeah, little Hershey kisses, things like that. Dust.
Wanting to go to the movies.
Oh, Lord, yeah, the dust.
I need someone, and I've always said, I need to date someone that's willing to put in as much effort as I am, because then it becomes extremely one-sided.
I agree.
I broke up with a girl because I went to go see her twice into where she lives, and she wouldn't come where I was. So I ended it right there. She refused to drive, always. I had to go pick her up. I said, this is not going to work. Dumping her. I dumped the girl for asking for $20 from me because they had just lost their job.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
And no, here's the thing. If they are that dependent on me from the beginning, within the first week and a half.
That's not dependent.
No, it is dependent. You know what? She doesn't know me. She could ask somebody else for $20. That was one thing I broke up with someone.
ridiculous.
No, it's not ridiculous because it's a sign. It's a sign. I would never ask if I met you a week ago and I'm trying to impress you and I'm trying to court you, both ways, guy and girl. I would never come to you and be like, listen, I lost my job. Do you have $20?
That's because you're a guy.
No.
That's because you're a guy.
No.
Yes.
No. You would
That's
do that.
because you're a
I
You
gotta
would go
tell
to
ya.
a guy that you just met a week ago and say, hey, by the way, do you have $20? I lost my job.
No,
Okay.
I
Too much
probably
baggage.
wouldn't.
Too much baggage to begin with. Can't deal with that.
Oh,
Lost your job. I can't deal with that. I need
wouldn't do
someone
it. I wouldn't
People
do it.
lose their
See, I'm
jobs.
kind of in the middle here. I wouldn't
Okay.
do it twice.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. If
I
it
wouldn't do
became a
it twice.
pattern, that would be one thing.
I'm trying to go down the list of things.
As far as coming to see you and not wanting to drive, at the beginning of the relationship, the man is supposed to.
We worked together. We would work together, and she worked 3 blocks away from my house. She would rather go home and then have me be there and pick her up. She wouldn't drive here.
Oh, that's
weird. And
silly.
that showed. You know what that showed to me? Dependency.
That's kind of
Clinging.
silly.
Like
Yeah.
you need to pick me
I
up.
also think that men, without realizing it, turn the women that they're dating
Into their mothers.
Into
Yeah.
their mothers.
They do.
Oh,
So
I
that-
made sure I did not do
They
that.
do. They
so,
do. They,
so
but they
what
do.
they do is, I'll even cop to it a little when you get the first criticism. What you do, rather than discuss it and go, but listen, this is what I want to do. They'll go, oh, okay, because you don't disappoint mom.
It's interesting.
And then they get passive aggressive and
Yeah.
get pissed at you, and you don't know why you're pissed at you because
Yeah.
they said it was okay, and you're
Yeah.
supposed to be a mind reader.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
I noticed. I just find it really fascinating how these relationships develop, and it's almost like a dependency on each other after that, right?
Well, it
They
is.
kind of this one
It is.
needs to be treated like shit, and then that one needs to treat
Oh,
like
yeah.
Well,
shit.
they find each other.
Yeah.
They totally find each
Yep.
other.
As grandma used to say,
There's a cover for every pot,
Yeah.
and I
you can get 1,000 people in a room. The abuser
will find
the
the one
abusee.
who needs to be abused.
Yeah.
It happens every time.
No, I get.
They will find each other. It's
I guess.
amazing.
I really consider myself lucky.
It's
if that's
amazing
the
because
case.
they will.
Yeah.
They will find. Well, see,
Listen, I'm all screwed. All types of screwed up in my head. Like everybody knows that. I'm like,
is true.
there's so much going on in this. This is just.
There's a party going on there. Yeah.
There's so much going on in my head, and
Yeah.
to decode it is like Navajo. Like it just.
Yeah,
It's
and
this,
doesn't
it's this
she deserve
language.
credit for that?
Oh yeah, she deserves a lot of credit, but we have never gone to that. We have never gotten into a fight like that. Like we will argue, we'll disagree on stuff.
Right.
We have never had a blowout fight ever.
But
ever.
I've watched.
We've
I'm from New England,
2 or
where
3.
if you raise your voice,
Oh, yeah.
that's a fight.
Oh
Right,
no, we're
right.
yeah.
yeah.
So I've heard you talk, and in my mind I go, oh, they're fighting, and then
No.
I go, No.
we're very loud people.
I catch that. And
No, and I've talked to a lot of women, and I hear stories, about these horrible guys they've gone out with and horrible things that have happened to them and all this other stuff. And I have to honestly say, yes, I met creeps. I did. But I didn't keep them around for very
Sure.
long. I really did not. Anybody that I had any kind of extended relationship with,
well,
most part treated me pretty well.
Sure.
Well, it's like guys who go, I only meet complete bitches, or women who say, I
Well,
only
where are
meet
you
guys.
meeting them?
I only meet guys who abuse me. What you say to both of those people is, yeah, what's the common denominator in all those
Yeah.
relationships?
Yeah.
It's you. Maybe you make them go crazy.
Well,
it seriously is.
God sends you lessons until you learn
I'll tell you
them.
something. And in no way I'm defending what this guy did. I had a friend, normal guy. He was with this girl that if I was with her, I would have punched her right in the face the first time she acted out like that. I mean, she was just so... I'm not defending it, but
Right.
she would just go for the jugular. I mean, to the level of embarrassing him
Oh.
to get that negative like she wanted him to like hit her. Like that, to that level. Like it's almost like I'm making you do
passion.
this to...
That's passion. No.
Oh my God!
There
It was to the point that she called the cops on him for like grabbing her to make her stop going berserk. She called the cops, and there you go, arrested him right there. He put his hands on me.
Right.
I mean
but
that's
people are addicted to that
psychotic.
drug.
But again, exactly, people want that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There are people who get
Yeah.
off on that.
Yeah.
There are people who get off on that. Well, I once heard
Me, I'd had
someone.
like a nice glass of tea.
Yeah.
No. I once heard someone say, Dr. Drew Pinsky.
Sure.
Okay. He was talking about this actually,
Yeah.
and he said that when a man and woman meet, and there is this explosive, instantaneous, like unbelievable chemical
Sure.
attraction. That is
I love this.
the unhealthiest parts of both of you
Finding
reacting to each other.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So he was saying, so when you have that reaction, when you first meet somebody and you have this like physical like thing, you got to check that, because that's probably not going to be a healthy relationship.
I knew someone, Lon. I knew someone in high school. I mean, they dated like 8 years, this couple, and it was just poison in every way. They would break up, get back, cheat on each other with their like cousins,
Oh,
get
God.
back, to the point I'll never forget this. I was on Francis Lewis Boulevard, and I'm witnessing this fight. She runs out of the car because we were all going somewhere.
Okay.
Like we were all driving somewhere. She gets out of the car, UMF gets out, starts screaming, and he goes, you get in this fucking car, or I'm going to take my car, I'm going to slam it into the light post. He goes, you don't have the effing balls, you're a pussy, screams to the guy. What does the guy do? Takes the car, slams it into the freaking light post. Gets out, takes her, throws her in the car, and they take off.
And they had great sex.
Oh, I
I'm sure.
guarantee you right there.
I'm sure, yes.
I'm thinking, what did I just witness?
We know someone.
foreplay.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's-
We know someone who dated
They just went to third base.
someone for 14 years.
And all they did was fight.
All
Yeah.
they did was fight and make up.
And they had great sex.
And they would try to bring other people into their arguments
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, like one of them would turn and go, Lon, don't you feel that this and that the other? And it would they'd be stating their point of view.
Like Andrew, if I did this, wouldn't you think?
No, my response is, you're both assholes, and I walk out the room.
Oh, I used to be like, no,
Yeah.
guys, I'm not getting involved, because they used to try and get everybody involved in their arguments.
You think it's like a chemical thing? Like they just attract that
Not
chemical.
chemical. It's
No,
not
but
chemical as much as it is.
I think some of it
everything-
is. I think
everything-
attraction is to some extent, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, I think it is.
It narrows down the pool. But
But,
your life situation.
It's
You come to a
your-
relationship trying to fix things in yourself.
Exactly.
You want to fix something about yourself. So you find someone that will allow you to fix that. If you don't feel you're being heard, you're going to find someone that doesn't listen so that you can make them hear.
Right.
Because the other,
Yeah.
not the person that will listen, you're going to find a person that doesn't
That's
listen
the
and
screwed up
teach them.
thing about human beings. It's like it's the reason why, if you, let's say, if you had an abusive parent, like if a woman had an abusive father, she's more likely to marry a guy who's abusive,
or abuse her kid.
or well, that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they want to
Actually,
work it
they're
out.
more
They don't
likely
want
to marry an abusive man,
Right.
because you
They don't
try
wanna-
to
it-
fix.
Yeah.
It's really weird. People don't try to avoid the situation. They don't want to avoid abuse. They want to resolve
Right.
abuse.
They try to resolve it.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
It is.
It's really fascinating. 'Cause, and we could go on and on. I mean, I just have so many examples of unhealthiness.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
believe me.
I watch
Just-
relationships and you sort of sit around going, like, you both feel your relationship is good, and at the same time you kind of go, are we ever going to be like, prone to this kind of insanity?
I worry too. I worry about that because we are just way too normal.
Yeah. She and I say please and thank you to each other daily.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Could you
Well, my parents fought a lot, and my father had a very explosive temper. And my parents, okay, this is funny, go full circle. My parents were the educated, higher class version of Edith and Archie.
But a different time though, right?
No,
it was
they were
they
just
would
about the
be-
same age.
No. I'm saying compared to now, what relationships are like now. It was a
my
totally
parents were
different.
of a different age,
different
yes,
age,
of
yeah.
a different generation. But they were very. That's who they were.
Yeah.
They were
He was
about that
always
age.
screaming.
They were about that
Above,
age.
always screaming. Yeah.
Always screaming, and she was always running around trying to please him and trying to make everything so that he didn't get mad.
And you know how Edith was eventually always right?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
and
is-
Edith was eventually always
Yeah.
right. And every once in a while, if something was really important to her, she would stand up to him.
And you know how
Every
Edith
once in a
would
while.
too? Archie, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
he would back down.
He would back down. Yeah.
And you'd almost be surprised. That was my parents' relationship.
because
That's what I
if
grew up
she
with.
left, he'd have nothing.
Yeah.
When my mother died, my father didn't know what the hell to do.
Yeah.
He was lost. He was lost.
Well, it's that generational thing, right? Because
Yes.
they do everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So so
But it wasn't even like
In my mind,
he wouldn't
I
have
made-
been able to find another woman.
Do you think that still happens? Though? Do you think that's a common thing still?
I think it is.
That's
Amongst-
sad.
I think it is. Yes, amongst certain people.
I know
certain-
that there are other women,
definitely-
other men that like each of us.
No, but I'm talking.
but-
I'm talking about, people, Americans. Here. I'm not talking about.
Yeah, I think-
immigrants coming over. I'm talking about
No.
American
I think,
culture.
I mean, I certainly think there's less of it, but there are definitely
That
a
dynamic
lot of
is still
cultures.
there.
That dynamic is still
Yeah.
there. That the guy is always screaming and whatever, and the woman is always trying to like calm him down, and he's the big boss, and she's always trying to listen. My niece and her husband, at this point, she's doing everything to please him.
Yeah.
Everything.
and you can spot it a mile away.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
can spot it a mile away. Well, he's very old world. He was not born here.
Yeah.
But
But that machismo mentality exists outside. I mean, it's
It's-
still.
it's
still
still-
here, especially
it's-
in New York. That still
you
exists.
still see that
Yeah.
where
and there are girls that say they want it.
yeah,
Yeah. It's fascinating.
they say they want it.
I mean, when it comes to a lot of things, I mean, I'm very old school with my thought process with certain things, but not like that. I mean,
No.
I do think we all have certain types of roles. And like me and Jess always joke about it. She's like, well, you work from home. I'm like, okay, so she's like, well, how come I have to cook? Like it wasn't like a serious discussion, but we were saying like, how come I have to cook every night? You work from home. I'm like, okay, next time you need your car oil change and you need the roof fixed, you go on the roof,
Right.
and I'll cook dinner. And she's like, okay, you have a point.
But
That still exists, though. I mean, that's still something that exists,
yes,
and that'll always exist. That'll
That's-
always be there.
that's true. But now there, fortunately,
No, it's
we're
really different now. I do the laundry.
we're
I
allowed
clean the house all day long.
we're allowed to not be those if
Yeah.
I'm the one who knows how to fix the car, I can fix the car.
Yeah, it's not weird if you know how
Right.
to fix a car.
Exactly. Just like for a long time, I handled the bills, which is normally the guy's thing.
Is
But-
it? Well, in my house, and my mom always did the bills. I do the bills now. Poorly, but I do the bills.
Yeah, well,
can't
that's why
think-
I was doing them.
I'm like, look, we have $300 left. Let me spend it on something. It's my way of doing the bills. We're always,
It'll
We're
spoil.
always even.
It'll spoil.
oh, yeah, it'll go
Yes,
bad.
yes.
We got to wrap it up. Good show, though. Go to our website, guysfromqueens.com. Also go to GFQlive.tv. Lunatic Radio is not on tonight. Kieran is still in Arizona. He's coming back tomorrow, so they'll be doing a show Wednesday night. Lon,
www.baysidefatloss.com. Come to the boot camp.
Yeah. They have all your fat there. So if you happen to lose your fat, you can just
go find it there.
Yeah.
If you've lost weight, you can find it again.
Better Body Bootcamp.
Good night, guys.
Good night.